Alright, so here's the thing. I'm sick. I usually have been trying to have one vlog style video and one talking style video per week, but my voice is sad and painful, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do the projecting that is required of a talking style video. I'm not sure what I'm going to be capable of, but I figured I'd do a little vlog. Not sure how long it's going to be, not sure what it's going to cover, but today is Monday. I don't know what the date is, but it's the Monday of whatever week this is that this vlog goes out. So, working on my novel. See, what happened was, I was hanging out with my nephew. He's a toddler, bundle of joy, and also a big old ball of germs. So, you'd be holding him, he'd do something to make you laugh, and then he would sneeze directly into your mouth. I mean, it's quite maniacal, actually. So now, I am sick, and my throat hurts, and my head feels all puffed up. So, last night and today, I wasn't going to vlog this because it's not very exciting, I thought. But then I was like, well, what am I going to post on Thursday? So now I'm vlogging it. I have been working on world building. Partly just because the way I stopped the last vlog, when I last wrote, I had reached a point in the story where I wasn't quite sure what the pull of the story was. I have 4 scenes left in Act 1, and they don't have a through line in them. They don't yet still. I haven't gotten that point, but what I was doing to brainstorm was something, which is what I like to do when I'm brainstorming, which is I was listening to a bunch of videos on YouTube about world building. From a bunch of different channels, just one video after another about different aspects of world building. And I was taking notes here in my handy dandy notebook. And hopefully, I've gotten a lot of good ideas for strengthening the world and the different players in the world and the economy, just the world in general. Gotten good ideas. I've got 3 pages of notes and a very long typed note on my phone in the Notes app, and a lot of thoughts. I'm not quite sure. Right now I'm just kind of saving all of this information because it's really just big scale, broad information. I haven't yet dialed down into the nitty-gritty of the 4 scenes. I'm not even sure if I'm going to right now. I might take a break. I don't know. I do not know. I'm sick and I'm moving slow. I've also laid out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. A combination of primary and secondary characters. Not all the characters in the novel, but 8. And I've written them out here in this notebook so that I can kind of compare and contrast their traits on various parts of the world, what they believe about different things and how that conflicts with the other characters' beliefs about certain things. And it has been very useful and interesting, and I have found myself I feel much stronger in my understanding of the world and where all the characters stand in the world, or at least where these 8 characters stand in the world. But I haven't yet narrowed that down. I haven't finessed it all down in order to work specifically on those 4 scenes and their pull through. So that's what I'm going to do now in this vlog. We'll see. We shall see. This list of 8 characters. Interestingly, I don't even have the main character on this list because I know that her point of view, her opinions about things change because she's coming into the world new. She has never been in this world before, and all of these characters have existed in the world previously. So their opinions are all established opinions at the beginning, and then, how they change over time. But my point of view character has no opinions about the world because they've never been in the world before. So I've got this list of 8 characters. I've got 6 of them all written out in clear thoughts of how they feel about certain aspects of the world and how that conflicts with the other characters. I still have 2 left to do that are blank. I haven't yet written down my concise thoughts on how they feel about the world. So I have 2 left to do. And it's kind of not all of this is necessarily new thoughts about these characters, but I'm just coalescing my thoughts into something concrete that I can refer to, because kind of vaguely knowing something about your character and your world is different from actually knowing it, so it's kind of if you have a test coming up and you're well, yeah, I know the material. That's different from actually studying the material and then you're able to reproduce it for the test. I don't know if that makes any Eddie's sick. Oh my goodness. Bear with me. Is if I can really solidify the conflicting beliefs and motivations of these different characters, it will help me develop a through line for those 4 scenes, or at least give me a base of conflict for the 4 scenes, because I will like know for sure where everybody stands, and like rather than just like kind of existing in the scene, I'll know, you know, what their goals are and what they want and don't want, and that can at least, you know, start the rumblings of underlying conflict. There's a siren. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah. So like, even if I don't quite get the full pull that I know like is in the scenes, I'll at least be able to develop the, you know, inner turmoil and conflicts of the characters, which will give the scene some kind of a pull. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. All right, so I did one more of my characters in my 8 characters. Now I've done 7, and I've just been plotting out their beliefs and where they stand in the world. Then I got sidetracked by working on the novel that I finished in my Margaret Atwood vlog, just because I've been trying to decide if I want to keep querying that novel. I've gotten about 90 rejections on it, which is a lot, and I don't know if there's really, you know, that many more people I could send it to, but I don't know, I kind of want to try, so I figured, you know, while I'm just sick and sitting, I might as well read it over again, see how I feel about it, and then maybe, like, see if there are any other agents I could send it to. So that's what I'm doing. To be fair, though, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to keep querying it. I just wanted to, you know, give it a read, a think, you know? Alright, so I'm feeling a little bit worse. The 8th and final character that I have on that list of 8 characters is an important one because she's in a lot of the scenes that I've been working on recently, and I don't have a grasp of her. Like, every time she's in the scene, I'm like, what is she feeling? Like, what's she doing in this story? So it is important that I fill her out on that little chart, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that right now just because I'm feeling worse, and she's a tricky one. Also, on the novel that I had finished, that I was thinking about querying again, haven't made any decisions on that. I've been tweaking it again, but I'm not sure if I'm in that place of, like, constant tweaking, even though I should just be done, you know? Like, am I making it better? Is it any good? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I might as well just, like, look at least to see if there's anybody else I can query, because, I mean, I've queried pretty much everybody. Maybe that will decide for me whether or not I keep querying that story. I still really like it, so I don't know. So I actually was going to end the vlog there, with me having been sick and then closing my eyes and then, I guess, going off into the eternal sleep, and then I was like, oh wait, maybe that's not a good way to end the vlog. Plus, I hadn't closed any of the loops that I had opened in this vlog. So, I forced myself, I got back to this list of 8 characters, and the last remaining character that I have been struggling with on this list and in the story, I forced myself to sit down and compare and contrast her to the other characters and where they stand on their views of things in the world. And the way I did it was by comparing her to the story's villain, who's not on this list, which was interesting because I had not done that yet in my thought process when I was trying to develop her, to see where she stands in her viewpoint of the villain. Obviously, her views can change over time, but yeah, and so there's still like a saggy blankness to her, but there's also this kind of like core belief that she carries that I have now developed and solidified, which I'm hoping will be useful in making her feel more like a real participating character in the story when I'm actually working on the scenes. So, in this vlog, I did accomplish something.